Hello guys, welcome back to Coder Speaks a channel. This is Stuffed Crust, and today's topic is actually going to be a little more different than the other times that I've done videos. I know I haven't done many, but this one's going to be just a little bit more heavier, and I wanted to talk to you guys about the realization of mortality. And I believe this is something that affects all of us, especially when we leave the organization, when we stop being Jehovah's Witnesses. Because when you're a witness, you really just put death in the back of your brain. You don't think about it. Forever in your brain, you think you're going to be young. You don't think about aging and getting sick and getting old. And I guess it's something that doesn't really cross our mind when you're witnessing and talking about a paradise. And whenever the magazines talk about it, they kind of really downplay the things that are going to occur later in our lives. They talk about paradise earth and how we're going to have perfect health, but fail to realize that one day we're going to be older, one day we're going to be sick, one day we're going to die. And it's something that they've probably been putting the topic since the beginning. I mean, look at when Rutherford did the book Millions Now Living Will Never Die. That was something that a lot of people believed then. And everyone who was living in that time has died. And it's something that's going to happen in the future, and it's going to progress, But I just want to talk about this because I actually read online where some people were saying that their parents were starting to grip that, They were getting old, they were like in the verge of the cusp of death, and they're starting to realize that it's the scary thought that they're going to die one day. And some people, and I've realized this, they would just go on to think, oh, you know what, it's because I'm part of the 144,000, I'm going to go to heaven, and I've heard this time and time again. This happens a lot, actually. A lot of people, all of a sudden, at their deathbed, they just say, I'm anointed, and it's that, thought that gives them comfort at that moment, because the thought of, well, when I die, I'm going to be resurrected right away, rather than wait for a God to come and resurrect them. And there is no proof that one day that will happen. And so I guess it's just they imagined that eventually, and we all did, that eventually one day we would just be attacked and Armageddon would come and the angels will swoop in and save us, and we wouldn't have to deal with all the suffering and all the thought of death or getting sick. I mean, this was me just a few years ago. I thought I was going to be sitting down, bunkered up in a basement before I even had to think about dying. I thought I was going to deal with Armageddon. But it's something that we have to eventually face. We have to face the fact that one day we are going to pass away. So it's more about living for the now rather than the later. And unfortunately, a lot of people, they wasted their life in this organization. They didn't travel. They didn't do the studies they wanted to, the career they wanted to. They didn't live in a good, well, as good as they could have. And now they're facing death, and they're realizing that, what if nothing happens after I die? Yeah, faith can do so much, but there's a possibility you get buried, right? And that's it. And it really hits them hard in the end of their lives. And I can remember lots of cases where my mom would tell me, well, that in the 80s, my sister, she's a 80s baby, a sister went up to her. My mom was in and out of studying, so it wasn't, she was never very serious until my brother was born in the late 90s. But that sister went up to her and just said, pointed at her little daughter, my oldest sister, who was probably like 2 or 3, and she said, she's never going to be in high school. the end of this system will come before she can become an adult. She told me, and at that point, I was in high school, you know, when my mom told me this story. And there's a significant age gap between me and my older sister. So looking back at that, people really did believe that the end was gonna come before the 2000s, just like they did believe before the 85 or 75. And you know, as the generation goes, there's probably people sitting right now in a Kingdom Hall who don't think that 2030 is gonna be coming anytime soon. They think 2023, oof, we can't be that far. And it's probably not until 50, 20 years from now. It could be yeah, I'm saying 50, 20 because some people are older, some people are younger. They're going to be in their deathbed, sitting down there on the bed or on the chair, realizing that this system probably isn't going to come to an end. And they're going to have to die. And they didn't live their life to the fullest. And they lived their life thinking they would never have to die. And it's a sad thing we all have to deal with. I mean, I think I had months of just thinking about how there is no life after death. And I realized, oh my gosh, I'm going to die one day. It was a hard thing to grasp. I really had a hard time grasping that. But the sooner you take advantage and just really adapt to the idea, you know, seek help, obviously. Some people need therapy. And I know that if you need therapy, go for it. No matter how much anyone around you discourages it, it's very important. Your mental health is very important. You just have to enjoy the fact that we're here for a reason. I mean, we live and we exist, and it's a miracle. And we have this opportunity to make our life and live it to the fullest. So, you guys, don't dwell on this stuff. Don't let these people, you know, I know people go back a lot of times to the Kingdom Hall and go back to the organization because the thought of just dying and not having hope really dampers their spirit and makes it hard for them to live their own lives. But I just want you guys to go ahead and just enjoy life. It's beautiful outside. Winter is ending in most parts in America. It's warming up. Go out for a walk. You know, if you're out there and you need to go dating, it's hard. Online dating is hard, but just go ahead, try it out. You know, meet somebody. If you don't, you know what? Get yourself a cat, get yourself a dog. I love my dogs so much. So it's worth it. Just enjoy life. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend also, okay? Thank you guys for listening to me. I know it was a long-winded. Sometimes I just need to get it off my chest, but I want to send much love to you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Just have a wonderful life in general. I hope you like and subscribe the video and drop a comment. Talk about, you know, your own experience when it comes to this topic, or maybe something whether you're going through it right now. But I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend.